Hey, hello friends, how's it going? Happy Monday. So, welcome to Voice and Robotics. This episode follows up on the last couple, maybe 2 or 3 we've done now. We're working with Carla, which is an autonomous driving simulator. Let me show you that. Carla Autonomous. Carla's really cool, so if you play GTA 5, then Carla will look familiar to you, but basically you will drive through a cityscape and you can control it yourself, or you can send commands to control it, control cars, control people. They call them actors. Control different actors in there and simulate driving conditions. Now, the cool thing that you get over at GTA 5 is you get collisions, you get notifications of collisions, of when you cross a line, when you run a red light, things like that. So, hey, Lord of Sound, welcome. And you get this data, and you can start doing things with it, like training models and training neural networks to do self-driving. So, the last few episodes, we've been playing with this a little bit, but I broke it last week. It's fixed this week, so hence we have Michael Scott giving the big twirl. Okay. So, this week I'm going to show you how I fixed it, and then we're going to play with it a little bit. Let me show you one thing. So, it is fixed, but I will use air quotes. It's fixed. I can control the car. We have a nice little Mercedes here. I'm driving it with WASD. Here are all the commands I can use here. Right there. I'm trying to get... So I've got Twitch open on this other machine that's being really slow, so I can't tell... There we go. It's still in a commercial. Let's go back here. Oh, a car's trying to beat me off the line. Let's race this car. So, but you can see the colors are not great. And if you look in the upper left-hand corner, you can see our frames per second are not great. So 6 on the server... 11 to 9 to 15, whatever it is in the client, not great. Trinity, actors is a term used in video game development. Basically, everything that moves is an actor. It's awesome. Thank you. So yeah, we have actors. We can launch actors. So if you look on the left, you see number of vehicles 21. So here, over in this column, I spawned 20 earlier, before this started. And so the 20 plus 21, I don't know. I've seen some people walking around. I don't know if a vehicle... I would bet that a vehicle is, or that a person, like any actor, counts as a vehicle here, but I'm not sure. Oh, let's do this. And I'm not going to do it, but I wonder what would happen if I hit that person and took them out, if it would decrement the number of actors to 20. I'm not going to try it. I'll let someone report back on that one. So we're a family-friendly stream. That's some horrible server frame rate. Yes. Oh, look. I didn't know I could go through walls. Yeah, it's terrible. So, it's fixed, but it's not where I want it to be. That's okay, though. I think this is a really good starting point for us. So, this is the Voice and Robotics podcast. You might be wondering, where do we... Oh, look, I just collided with this... Now, for some reason, I collided with this... whatever this is here. And I'm getting collisions right here on this graph. Anyway, where's the voice come into play? Well, the voice comes into play where there is an extra package you can add on to Carla called a ROS bridge, and ROS is Robotic Operating System. And we know from previous episodes we can use ROS to do a lot of things with robots. We can send voice commands through our Alexa. ROS will take them and put them into another system, those commands. So we're going to set up ROS today. There we go, Planner Box. I couldn't come up with that name. It's a very tough Planner Box. Lord of Sound, Carla Vanity License Plate. Yeah. I like that too. Now there's a way to, so gear up, gear down. Let's see here. Throttle, brakes, down. Toggle reverse, Q. Then we can hit W. Oops, Q here. That should put us in reverse. Now we can reverse out of here. I'm just going to reverse all the way back and see if I can get out of this little town center area. Go back to the roads. Let's see. Cool. Now I am curious. Let's hit Q to go back to forward. I'm curious to see if I break out of this spawner. Okay, I can still drive, and there's one vehicle. Good, so let's add a lot of vehicles now. So, Python, spawn NPC, we're going to say, let's just go for 200. Our frame rate is 11 and 20. Let's see what happens if we drop 200 cars in there. Now, some of these, you'll see some errors pop up, because there'll be collision points where they spawn. There's one that just dropped in by us. There's some more dropping in. That's really cool. So far... Okay, destroyed 33 walkers. So you see that above here? So maybe I had 20 vehicles and 33 walkers, so 55, 56 actors. Here's some collisions, that's okay. We just spawned 200 cars, 35 walkers. That's cool. Now it looks like a real city. Bye-bye frame rate. You know, yeah, the server frame rate's at 3 now. Oops, let's go back to this window. And even, yeah, the frame rate is important, but I really want my colors to be better. And so when we ran this on Windows before I broke it a few episodes ago, we did have good colors in Windows. I think I found part of the problem with installing with Windows. So there are some instructions on the Carla. Let's go to Carla. I'll show you a few problems with it. Get started. How to build on Windows. So there's some dependencies we can get. Those are no problem. Part of the problem is this. So you clone this repo. You cd to Carla. And it tells you to build Carla. Let's see. This is actually different. There's too many competing pages. Build Carla. I think this was it though. Maybe it was building. Whatever it was telling you to go to one directory, and the batch file to run all these scripts to install Carla wasn't there. So I found the right directory. I'm not going to try it here now, but we'll try that later. Trinity 3 FPS on the server. Yes. It's pathetic. All right, so let's worry about that another time, because I'm glad we have that working. Let's try to get the ROS bridge installed today. Oh, so let me do one more thing. If you want to follow along at home, github.com/jbnunn/Carla desktop. All right. So I went through and I took some notes to get this working. So if you want to get this working yourself, you can do it. It's going to take this. It's relatively quick until you get to build the Unreal Engine, and so behind the scenes it uses UE4 to simulate and do all the physics. That part takes a long time, but launching a GPU-based virtual machine should take you about 15 minutes. So I have step-by-step instructions on how to do that, what ports you need to open, all the scripts you need to run to get it going, and then how to connect with the VNC client. So that should be that works fine. The next step would be to install Carla, so I tell you how to do it. Don't follow their instructions. I've got the right instructions here now. So locate the release. You're going to download a big tar file, and you're going to unzip it. Then step 3. This is the one that takes a long time. So if you run this no HUP, no hang up before you run it, whoops, let's go back. It'll take you, I'm assuming 2 hours. It took over an hour and a half, but it will take a while. But it's all running on AWS server, so it's running as fast as it can there. Now, the only other problem here is you're running this, you need to run on GPU machines. So the cheapest one is about, I believe, 74 cents an hour. So just be aware of that cost. And when you're not running it, go to your instance. This is mine, for example, instance state stop. It'll save everything, and then you just restart it when you're ready to bring it back up. Let's see, any questions? If you only open your eyes 3 times a second, it looks as smooth as silk. That's the way to get past bad frame rates, isn't it? All right. So we're going to do the ROS bridge now. Carla ROS bridge. This is what we're going to work on today. And I haven't tried this yet. So if we go back to if we hit tilde here, it changes the camera and the views. So you can see there's different depth cameras, there's LiDAR. Unfortunately, none of those give us that full color. And I think really the issue is with Pygame. Because if I go to a website, let's say if I look at this, and let's just look at let's say Golden Gate Bridge. I get full color on this, if I spell it right. But you can see, yeah, that's full color. So it's not the VNC window. It's definitely something in Pygame. And I've played around with Pygame trying to hack into that and hack the color depth, and it looks like it's set fine, but that's just one thing I haven't figured out yet. I'll figure that one out. Can you run it with an AMD card or NVIDIA only? From the documentation, it says NVIDIA only. Oh, I like that Predator vision. So NVIDIA only, unfortunately. Let's just look for AMD, though, and find out. Nothing there. Yeah. And you can run it in Docker. I think that was a suggestion last week to run it in Docker. And I tried that, didn't get too far with it, but I didn't spend a lot of time troubleshooting it because I thought I figured out a better way to just get it running in VNC. But ideally, what we'll do is run that server. When we're not displaying the graphics, the frame rate should be a lot higher. We'll run that server headless without a screen and then use clients to connect to it. So I know, Lord of Sound, you're in on being a guinea pig. I think Michael Bender was one that wants to try it. I'm sure Trinity will want to try it, but we'll try to get one server that's headless and then let everyone connect to it, and we'll drive around and get stuff going. All right, let's get this ROS bridge installed. So first thing is a Catkin workspace. So we've got to do this. We've got to have Catkin. Catkin, again, is a build package for ROS. So we need to install. Let's see if it tells us. Carla version's newer than 9.4. We're at 9.7. I think we needed the kinetic version of ROS. So let's install that first. In fact, I'll do that. Yeah, we'll do it right here. So I'm SSH'd into that machine, so we can just do it from this little window. Let's bring that here, that there. All right. So let's get this. There'll be a lot of copy pasting. It'll go fast though. And set up our keys. It's just giving us access to the repo to download Kinetic. Make sure we're on Kinetic. All right. And let's see this one. Get the latest. Yes, I'm testing. Lord of Sound. Okay, if you can get 30 FPS or better on the server, I know. And the server's pretty. Let's see. I think it's a small. Oh, no, it's X large. I believe it's pretty good on RAM. The NVIDIA card is. Honestly, I don't know what specs are on it. Let's find out. I may need to get Trinity's help with getting 30 FPS out of that thing. So the X large 30 gigs should be good for that, but I want to see more. I'm more interested in the NVIDIA. It's got 1 GPU, so we could jump up to the 2 GPU one. $2.28 an hour. I think we can get it working with the smaller one. Server, not client. Let's see. Trinity says most MMO servers try to run about 100 frames per second so they can calculate everything that is happening from the player quickly and not give false info to the servers. 100 frames per second. Wow, that'd be really, really cool. All right, so a full desktop install. I'm going to go ahead and do that just so we have it. It should go relatively quickly on this machine. So who's off today? Anyone off for MLK Day? I know my family's off, so this morning was what I like to call big breakfast morning. I had 3 pancakes, 2 eggs, 1 piece of bacon, a little bit of sausage, Cracker Barrel. Any chance that there are some drivers or similar problems so that you're actually in software emulation mode on the rendering? Is there a log or command you can run to check that? Software emulation mode. Software emulation mode. Yeah, there's a good chance of that, probably. I know, what's the NVIDIA command to show the GPUs? Is it, let's see, Ubuntu show GPU NVIDIA. It's not that one. It's got a G in it, if I remember right. Yeah, it's not a G, but it's this one. NVIDIA SMI. Let's check this out. Let me open a new one here. All right. NVIDIA SMI, we have the Tesla. Yeah, it's on GPU 0. I don't think that's going to give us what we want. We have temperature. So you're saying some driver or similar problem so that you're actually in software emulation mode on the rendering. Lower thirds. Oh, lower thirds. Go away, lower thirds. Boom. How's that? I ran NVIDIA SMI, and then that's what I got. Jeff, can you clear the logo theme? I'm sorry, Lord of Sin. I just saw that too. I think I'm going to make that my default setting. Okay. So yeah, maybe you'll know more than me on this. I don't know enough about what I'm looking at. Fan speed, temperature. I know GPU 0. But I don't know how to tell if Carla in this VNC is running in emulation mode. That might explain a lot. Look at that, 2 frames per second. Terrible. All right, how's this? Let's go back and make sure this. Let's see how many windows we can open up today. All right, so that's still working for ROS. So if we go back to, I wonder if it could be the VNC. So I'm using Turbo VNC emulation mode. Huh, that's interesting. I typed in Turbo VNC emulation mode NVIDIA, and it brings us to a Carla. It could be because I've visited this site before, but I don't know. I think I have all this installed, but I'll install these and see what happens. I think we can do this at the same time too. Let's just go for it. Let's see if I've installed these. Could not get lock. Okay, let's wait till that's done. That makes sense. All right, so Trinity, your kids are off today. Mine are too. It's okay. It's kind of quiet at work, which is nice. We can have fun like this. So now we need to think about, let's look at this while we're waiting. Once we have ROS installed, what are we going to get out of Carla? So let's look at ROS Bridge Carla. Oh yeah, we looked at this in episode 1 because I remember Ego, the Ego vehicle, which is our vehicle. Settings, mode, Carla control. So that's going to let us probably do some driving. Here's Carla. Here's the Ego vehicle. That's us. The image, the camera info, point cloud. It'd be cool to get the image out, but really we don't need voice to get that out. I really want to control it with voice. I want to know when collisions happen. Maybe we send Alexa notifications via... Sleep, Alexa. Go to sleep.
You don't have any notifications.
We'll send Alexa notifications if a collision happens. That'd be kind of cool. Vehicle control, standard messages, manual override, vehicle status. I would love to see what that looks like. So vehicle status. So we have the acceleration orientation. Okay. We could do some neat things too, like if the orientation of the z-axis is upside down, then we know the car's gone terribly wrong. Something's gone terribly wrong. There's max forward throttle. Okay, we looked at some of this before. This will be handy. So once we get ROS Kinetic installed, then we can start playing with this. All right. I think you're onto something, Lord of Sound, with this emulation mode. Let's go chase this motorcycle. Let's see if we can collide with a car. We can't collide with buildings. Can we collide with this car? Oh, this is really bad. Okay, here goes nothing, maybe. Oh, I can collide with the pole for sure. I'm trying to reverse. There we go. I think that car is trying to avoid me, which is pretty cool. You know, it might be because these cars are autonomous, so they probably run a model to avoid collisions. So I did collide. There's a collision graph bump, but nothing spectacular. Hard to drive at 3 FPS. Yes, it is. All right, let's get rid of Golden Gate Bridge. So spawning actors, spawn points, handling actors, simulate. We can freeze an actor. Oh, cool. So we can grab an actor. Okay. And do all sorts of fun things. Vehicles are a special type of actor with a few methods. So we can apply control, throttle, brake, handbrake. Physics properties can be tuned for vehicles and its wheels. All right. Let's go back and check on this. Still running. So let me show you Pygame's depth. Maybe that'll spark some ideas too. So Pygame change color depth. Although I really don't think it has a lot to do with the depth now, because the color depth should not increase the FPS that I would think, or I would think it would not. Display init. I do wonder if this X11 STL video driver can be set to control which backend is used. Okay, so I do set that. Let me see what I'm setting that to. If we go back to this, let's go back to, where's mine? So if we go to, what was it? Simulate. Video driver is off screen. So maybe, because I'm setting it to off screen, maybe that's the issue. So if I set it to, I don't know, X11, Probably one of these settings. Are you running in manual mode? GitHub, Carla Simulator, let's find out. GitHub.com, Carla Simulator, Carla issue 606. Simulator very slow in manual mode. Yes, I'm running the manual mode script. So what does it say? Depends on the hardware. Python is an important bottleneck if you run in synchronous mode. Is there any way to increase performance? It strongly depends on your hardware. I do wonder, let's try this real quick. So let's kill the manual control. Kill this. Go back to our server, kill the server. So right here, this off screen, let's change that to something else. Let's just see if X11 works. It does not. Let's see if I don't specify anything, what happens. Nothing. So off screen, I don't know the other off screen. So that one works. See, it's in a holding pattern now. It's in server mode basically. All right, this finished up. Let's continue on with ROS Kinetic. All right, we've done that, and then initialize it. Control C. Whoops. That would make sense. Less area in the world means the server has to process less things. This thread talks about how using a camera on the card really kills the framework. Oh, interesting. So, well, but I'm using the camera on my Windows machine. Camera on the car. Okay, gotcha. So if I can kill the camera on the car, less area in the world. Okay, that's something to look at too. All right, environment setup. Let's get going on this one. I don't know why it's. Oh, okay. I didn't copy everything. Control C, paste, source it. So we're just adding. Source is not. Oh, I'm not connected anymore. All right. I'm not sure how it dropped. Do that. We'll source it. Oh, that's okay. Okay, we're good there. If you want to change blah, 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 we know we're good on that. All right, so we're good. We have Kinetic running, and I think we can just test it by doing a ROS core. Good. So ROS is running. That's great. Now, let's go back to... Where do we lose our window? Let's kill some of these. All right. All right, so we are caught up. Let's do this. Let's make a new folder, Carla ROS Bridge. Let's go to it. So cd Carla ROS Bridge. Clone the ROS Bridge package. Let's hope it's better than the main Carla package and doesn't give us any trouble. Make a symbolic link to this. All right, let's see where we are. ROS dep update. And then we're going to install what directory. Okay, we're good. So it's just updating. It's getting all the dependencies that this ROS Bridge package needs. We're going to install those. Good. Then we'll make. So the camera on the car. So can we disable the camera on the car? Let's find out in a second. Let's see how long this make takes. Oh, so I wonder if we run it in a smaller window. That should help us, right? I'm running it in a pretty good size window. We'll try it in just a second. 29%, and then let's see. So Lord of Sound says, this talks about reducing the size of the server github.com. Carla simulator. Carla issues 10. I'm trying to see how fast I can get Carla to run with minimal settings. For only receiving, I can get 10 FPS. Server, running that map. Okay. Carla settings, INI. So he's running Windows, maybe? If you add cameras to the car, the main performance hit are the cameras you attach. Just adding one, even with very small res, drops the frame rate significantly. It's very inconvenient because I'm guessing almost every use of Carla will require cameras attached to the car. What does that mean? Uh-oh. Why did we miss make J4L4 failed? Let's see. This is great. So make file line 140. Let's try it. What is go to is what? Let's do this. Line 118. Line 196. Make file to clean. So it's this line right here. Progress. Oh. Alright, let's see. What's this? Invoking make J4L4 failed. But I don't know where that's being called. Make J4 L4 okay. Let's see. Run htop and check the CPU usage. You can see that, right? Okay. I'll find out. Run htop check CPU. If it's really high, it might be an indicator that you're not using. Okay. Are we running the server? Let's make sure. We're running the server, and let's go ahead and run the manual control. That'll spawn Pygame. And it takes a little bit. Oh, it didn't take too long at all. What are we driving there? What is that? What are we? A Citroen. I don't know how to say that. Citroen. Oh man, Lord of Sound's on top of these errors today. Alright, let's try this. Stolen vehicle. Discourse.ros.org. T invoking make J4L4 failed 4332. Running command blah 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 blah. Failed. Can anybody help? In short, it's not a turtlebot. Blah 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 blah. Removing the my first package and that will solve the problem. We don't have that probably, but let's see. Check to see. Let's do htop now and see what happens. All right. Our load average is what, 349? CPU 183%. That's probably the problem, right? That doesn't look right. And that's Python manual control. So that's the game that popped up, or that's the command, the Python command that popped up Pygame. If that's right, 185, that sounds pretty bad. And then home Ubuntu, I can't read this one. Let's see what if I can drill into it. Nope. Setup search filter tree, nice. My F keys even work? Okay. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, well, one problem at a time. We'll fix. We need this make issue to go away. So let's try to build again. Cat can make. Let's try this again. Let's see if we get past 30. No, sure didn't. Recipe, okay. Certainly got last link is drivers related for Kinetic ROS. Okay, let's go check those out. And that is github.com/autonomy labs AR drone autonomy. It's a tough word to spell. No, I missed something. Autonomy labs. Autonomy lab too. Yep. Alright. I'm trying to install ROS Kinetic when I do a make. After git cloning a package, it fails. Try to resource this. Source opt ROS Kinetic setup bash. Okay, let's try it. Oh, that didn't work, but let's see. Oh, no module name, ROS package. Pip install ROS package. Maybe that's what we need to do. All right. Thanks, Lord of Sound. I think that helped. It's missing a file and maybe sourcing helped too. Look at that. That's teamwork right there. Did you do the install? I think we're okay on that. Let's go back to... all right, so we've done cat can make. That's good. First, run the simulator. All right, here it goes. We're going to try this. I think what we're going to do first is get out of this simulator. So I'm going to Control-C here. And Control-C here. And let's... Carla UE SH windowed. I think I've got to run that over here, actually. Let's try it. Do we even have that file? Carla, yep. Alright. Carla UE SH windowed. Catkin, that's a cat on a napkin named Katniss. Oh, man. We were gonna have family movie night last night, and we ended up not watching anything. But Mockingjay with Katniss Part 1 was the leading contender, and then we just fought about it too much and didn't watch anything. All right, Carla windowed. Did I spell that right? Resolution of X, resolution of Y. Let's see what happens. Disabling core dumps. Okay, that's all right because I think what we can do is this. We preface it with that video driver. We're gonna change Carla's server to windowed. Windowed. Resolution X is 320. Resolution Y is 240. Oh, not 230. I can't. That'd be... Just those 10 pixels is too weird. Let's try it again. Okay, so we have a server running. That's good. Let's see what it looks like. Let's run our little buddy here. Manual control. I know you can't see that. I can't see it either over there. Alright. Definitely a smaller window. Let's make this... There we go. Oh, no, maybe not. Alright, well, we're running, and FPS is a little higher. Actually, better, isn't it? Not those 10 pixels. FPS is way better, but it's not perfect, but it sure is easier to drive. So what did we do? Was it resolution? And running that windowed flag instead of the other flag. Hey, Michael Bender, what's happening? Were your ears... Look at that. Were your ears burning, Michael? We said we were talking about guinea pigs earlier. And you're going to be a guinea pig for helping us drive on this pretty soon. Okay. The FPS is way better, so that's much more fun. 1224 I can handle. Alright. Now, let's look at this. CPU is still at 180. That's not great, but that could be... I don't know what that could be yet. It's running Python 2. I can try to get it to work in Python 3, but I don't think that would even fix it. Okay, so we're closer on ROS. Let's keep going. So we've got that. We're connected. Now start the ROS bridge. Choose one option. Option 1, start the ROS bridge. With RViz, start the ROS bridge together with an example ego vehicle. Yes, that's what we want. So let's do this part. We're going to... that. Time to squash the people. Your egg file. Okay. That's not what we wanted. So the egg file is... I know where that is. And I'll write these instructions up once we get this working. So in Carla, there's an examples directory, or it's a Python API directory. And then examples. Actually, it's in Carla. And there's a dist folder. And in here, there's egg file. So we're going to say... we're going to say Python path, then we're going to say pwd. And then let's just see what Python path looks like. All right. That should work. Source, Carla ROS Bridge, Catkin workspace, setup bash. All right. When you do those instructions, please capture your command line history and get all the quirky things that led to better FPS. Lord of Sound, how do I capture that? I don't know how to do that, but what I normally do is just open a notepad, because I agree with you, we should do that. And go back here and grab a few things. So let's do... It would be better to get... Yeah, it would be better to get the command line history. This is the one we want. Carla UE4SH windowed. Better frame rate than previous. Incantation. How about that word? All right. Don't forget the links in this chat too if you missed something. Yeah, I think we need to remember for sure this too. This was helpful earlier. Okay. Those two things got us. I really think this, we'd already done this top one, but just in case, it doesn't hurt to rerun it, and then we run it in windowed mode and then a smaller resolution. All right. So now we've got that. Let's go back to this. Where's our ROS bridge at? All right, so we've exported that. We've run this. Now we have three options. Start the ROS bridge. Start it with RViz. I don't want RViz. RViz is going to add more load to our system. It just gives us some extra tools to see what ROS is doing behind the scenes. But I think I like this. Launch it with an ego vehicle. So let's cancel. Let's cancel this Python guy that's running, taking up a lot of CPU. And now we're going to run. All right, how can we get this window? Man. ROS launch. Will that even work? We have to source this too. Source. Let's see. Opt. What was it? Opt ROS Kinetic setup bash. Source opt ROS Kinetic setup bash. All right, we've got that. Now we need to. We're gonna bring this window over. Window management with VNC is kind of tricky. There we go. All right, let's make this bigger. And let's do ROS launch. Let's just see if that works. Okay, good. ROS launch, Carla ROS bridge, Carla ROS bridge with example ego vehicle launch. Is anyone keeping a pool on pedestrian fatalities? All right, what happened? It's neither a launch file, blah, blah, blah. That's all right. I think I know how to fix that. We're going to go to the Carla ROS bridge. I'm going to do ls properly. All right. We need to source something here. Let's go back. Source, yeah. Source, Catkin workspace. Spell this right. Source, Catkin. Catkin workspace devel setup.bash. Now this command should work. The reason I know it should work is because this is a classic ROS thing where you have to go into your directory. You've got to source the setup file, which like sets all your paths and everything, and then gives you access to launch files. And we can see that Carla ROS bridge with example equal vehicle launch is the name of a launch file. There's a lot of red there. No module named YAML, so we need to do a pip install in YAML, and then maybe that'll work. Pip install YAML. Cannot find it. Oh. Probably YAML-pip or something. PyYAML. Py, okay. Pip install PyYAML. All right, let's try this again. Let's clear it out. Clear. No module name ROS package. ROS PKG. All right, let's try it again. No red. Come on. No module named Carla. All right. The reason that's interesting. So, bonus project, reinforcement learning system that trains itself on installing Carla on a server successfully. I mean, it's so crazy. I can't wait for like a stable version to come out. The problem is if you go to their, if the GitHub repo has so many open issues and abandoned like pull requests, it's not looking good for the home team. All right, what's happening is it's trying to use that egg file that we linked to earlier. I know how to fix this. How much time do we have? 42 minutes. We can fix this. Or 42 minutes. 18 minutes. All right. Let me think real quick. So it needs the Carla egg file. And when we look at the Python path, I bet you this window doesn't have that location that we set earlier. It doesn't. Okay. Because we set it in this window right here. So I'm going to take that Carla, Python API Carla dist. Okay. Let's go back to VNC. Let's see. I'm going to see cd Carla. Python API Carla and dist. All right. And we're going to say export. Let's see what this said. Bring this over here. Export Python path equals the current Python path plus the current path. That should fix it. Now if we go back to Carla ROS bridge and then we run this launch file again. We're going to clear it first just so we can say we can have no red on the screen. No red is the goal. Oh, still fine. So still having the same issue. It's all right. Echo Python path, Python path. Home Ubuntu Carla Python path. Make sure this exists, right? I think it does. Whoa. ls home Ubuntu Carla Python Carla dist, and the egg files are right there. All right, let's see. Can I? Oh, hey, Dwarf. Get Carla. So Dwarf. Yeah. Lord of Sound says get Carla simulator to run smoothly on an AWS GPU instance. That's the best way to sum it up. Carla is a cool driving simulator package, but it's not documented very well at all. So we are trying to get it. We've got it running. So we've got it running, or we can simulate a car. Now we're trying to connect an Alexa to it so we can say, move the car forward, go left, chase down a bicycle. I don't know. But we're trying to get ROS installed, and ROS will give us that bridge to communicate with Alexa to the simulator. And welcome, by the way. But when we run the launch file, let's go look at this launch file real quick. So if I look at this launch file, so we're going to go to the ROS bridge, and we can go to, where are the launch files here? Carla ROS bridge, Carla ego vehicle, cd Carla ego vehicle. Whoops. Oh, it's in Carla ROS bridge. Launch. Spell it right. I'm more concerned with the launch files. Yes, me too. Let's look at this. Carla ROS bridge with example with ego vehicle. So I want to look at this file and see what it's trying to do. This is a launch file. Let me blow it up just in case you can't read it. It looks kind of small. Oh, it won't zoom. Sorry. All right. So host, localhost, port 2000. That's normal. Role name. It's giving a role. It's finding. Okay, so we need to go Carla ROS bridge. So what happens? It's a wrapper for 3 other launch files. ROS bridge launch, ego vehicle launch, and Carla manual control launch. My guess is that's the one we want to look at. Oops, I don't want to do that. cd Carla manual control. Let's look in here for a launch file. Launch nano Carla manual control launch. All right, so it's running manual control.py, which is what we've been running by hand. So that's all it's doing for us. And then manual control, Carla manual control. Let's see where that is. Source, Carla manual control. Whoops. There's a Python file in here then. Nano Carla manual control. This is where it's loading the Carla file that it can't load. It keeps dying on. So we're just going to see where it's trying to do that. It's getting Pygame, no problem. It should be looking for an egg in here. EGG. It's not. So I think what's happening is it's trying to install Carla from Carla messages. So the way Python works is you can have a pip. You can pip install a package, and that works. We've done that before. We just did it with ROS package, pip install ROS package, for example, or ROSPy or NumPy. Any of these are packages. But you can also import an egg file in Python 2 at least. So what it's trying to do is import Carla and look for that egg file, but I don't see where it's doing that. There's no egg file. Import Carla collision. I don't see. Oh, import ROSPy, import TF. Oh, I may have just. I just changed the line formatting. Oh, Lord of Sound pasted something. Let's go check it out. All right, so we're looking for. I'm gonna leave that tab open. We're gonna look for. Hey, Jawwork. Carla.org. Thanks, Jawwork. GitHub.com Carla simulator. Simulator. ROS Bridge issues 43. All right. So there's a symbolic link to that. Please follow instructions to README that come with the ROS Bridge. This should work. However, we did not test Melodic. So we're on Kinetic, which is good. It gets the following error. Well, one thing we haven't tried or we're doing is, let's see. There are 3 options, right? Let's just try one of the other options and see what happens. So we're going to do ROS launch Carla ROS Bridge Carla ROS Bridge dot launch. Launch. No module named Carla. It's the same issue. Okay, so here's the problem right here. I see the problem. Bridge.py is the problem. So we're going to copy that. Okay, so let's cd ROS Bridge, Carla ROS Bridge. And nanobridge.py. Is there one more folder? Source, Carla ROS Bridge. All right. Nanobridge.py. So it's trying to, yeah, right here's the problem. It's trying to install Carla, but it's not installing the egg file. There's no way. Let me just try to pip install Carla, but it's not going to work. I mean, it might install version pip install Carla. It might install version 0.95. I've seen that before. See, it's already satisfied. In home Ubuntu Carla, it's already satisfied right there. So we need to know. Oh, this is a beating, isn't it? I know how to fix it. It's just a hack, and I don't like doing it, but I think we're going to have to. So let's do that real quick. Let me think where I've seen this hack. Okay. It's hacking time. This is the easiest way to start Carla is to use the launch script provided. Yes, I know. It's so frustrating. All right, Carla Simulator, ROS Bridge. Let's go here. I know where to find this. Python API, Carla. Oops, examples. Examples. Manual control. Manual control.py. So here's how they do it. They load the egg file. So instead of doing a import Carla, they do this, and this will make it work. We need to get this egg file into this directory. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. not going to save that just yet. So we want to copy this egg file, which is in this Carla Python API, Carla dist. Is that right? There it is. So all of that, I'm just going to copy that to here. Let's see if we have it. Yeah, there's the dist folder. And let's see what's inside. We should have egg files. We have egg files. That's good. Now let's nano. What do we want to nano here? Bridge.py. We're going to change this. This is not the way we're going to load Carla. We're going to load Carla this way. Copy that. I don't think I'm going to be able to paste. Oh, not at all. That's all right. We'll fix this. I'm not going to even try it. I'm just going to go for it. Sys path append. I know where it is. It's in glob dist Carla dash %d dash %s dot egg, and here's what I want to do. Instead of having all this format stuff, I will do it anyway. Okay. Where am I at? Carla. Oh, did I lose it all? Path append. I don't want to save that yet. CD dist ls. Alright. Carla 097. x86 64 egg. What's the difference? Oh, pi 27 and pi 35. Alright. Control C. So how do I copy in the VNC? Does anyone know? I'm trying Control C. I just tried Alt C. That didn't work. I mean, short of opening up a new folder, I guess I'm gonna have to, or new terminal. Let's do that. So there's one. Let's get rid of that one. All right. Let's go to this one and just see where we are. I'm sorry, I know this is probably pretty boring here. Control Shift C. Let's try it. Control Shift C. Control Shift C. And if I paste this. Oh, who did that? Jellwork? Love it. Thank you, Jellwork. All right, that's gonna help. Now, where were we? Let's go back to this. Dist nano. All right, we're not gonna import Carla this way. We're gonna import it a different way. We're going to say, we're going to move this over here and bring, where was that window? There. All right. So we're going to try, I'm not even going to try it. We're just going to do it. Sys path append glob.glob. And we know it's in dist. And we know it's paste. Boom, right there. That should be what we need. That should get us the egg we want. Let's see what happens. Jeff's fingers, thank you, don't work. Yes, they do. In his bad eyes. All right, I even forgot where we were on all this mess. So we're gonna run one of these, right? We're gonna run the first one. Let's try this again. Let's bring this back over. I need 2 screens, maybe 3, maybe 4. I just need to surround. All right, we're gonna say ROS launch, Carla ROS bridge, and Carla ROS bridge dot launch. From Carla bridge import actor. I think it's just mad at one little thing I've done. So let's go back to this line 27. Did I not close something? Oh yeah, extra parentheses. Oh, the name sys is not defined. Look at it. I know how to fix that. It's easy, but why isn't it by default in here? See? Just bad instructions. It's real frustrating. Glob is not defined, of course. Port sys, import. The good thing is, I think, well, we don't know that yet. I was going to say, I think our little hack worked, but no module named Carla. We're still out of luck. From Carla, import vehicle control. Nano bridge. We're getting it, but, so this worked, but then we're not getting vehicle control. So there's some other things missing. All right, well. 3 is optimal, 1 for code, 1 for debugger. Let's see, my wife has 4 screens. Michael Binder says you can never have enough. I can never find a window on her machine. I'm on 3 right now, and I need another to watch the stream in. 3 is optimal, 1's for code, 1's for debugger, 1's for app. Yeah, and then 1 for Hulu or something. You gotta have something else. Oh man, well, I feel like we're really close. It's just once again frustrating that these don't exactly work out of the box. But I hate to say it, what do we expect? We've kind of run into this a lot with Carla. But we're going to fix it together. So we did a lot of, I got through a lot more than I would have without you. So thank you, everyone that helped. That was really nice. I'm glad to know the shift, what was it, Gelwork? Control Shift C? That'll save me a lot of time, actually. All right. I will get this working, and I'll take good notes. And so we're going to do this again Friday at 1 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern, wherever you are in the world, you can do the math. And we'll have ROS Bridge going, and then from there, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out if we can set up a skill to send commands. I think we got somewhere with the frame rate, too. I like that. But this is good. Thanks for joining. See you on Friday. And yes, I am working from home. That is correct, Amazon Alexa. All right. Cool. Thanks for your help, everyone. I will see you next time.